goodness.
All right. So we should
I
be
said part
back up.
two.
We should be back
Yeah.
up. Looks like it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're back up and
Yep.
running.
Yeah, so I'm changing the scene. I'm going to change the scene next week so we don't have to run into this.
Well, welcome everyone. Difficult once again. I blame Moan once again.
Yep, it's all my fault again. So I won't be able to show you guys video, so I'm going to have to. We just got to talk through it and just make sure we'll talk back to you, we interact with you guys. So we're sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it is what it is. It happens and stuff like that. So, just one of those things. So, we was off topic for a second. What I was thinking about? Oh, you said you wanted to get off of this. So what do you think about the nvidia? The nvidia reviews are starting to come out,
and they are all solid from my understanding. They're looking pretty good. We haven't even got to the 3090, and it already has all these variations, different aspects of how it performs in every category. So let's start off with what I do. I game in 1440p along with streaming. So the issue that I have right now is that I can't run my games at the full potential, while I'm streaming at the same time. This one allows that. Now, what I will say is the encoders that are embedded with the graphics cards are the same, but of course the graphics card architecture is not. It's a whole totally different ball game. But from what I've seen from all the reviews from Jay's, from Harris Heller, from the few other ones I watched that all had these good reviews, I can do 1440p gaming along with streaming 1080p 60 frames, and I can still do 144 hertz on my end, even though I can stream to 1080p. That's like the perfect thing for me, and that's just with a 2080. We're not even talking about 3080. We're not even talking about a 3090. So
yeah.
Then all of them ramped it up to 4K 60 Ultra, and the lowest frame rate I've seen was like 100, and maybe it hit 90 a couple times. That's amazing at 4K and Ultra settings with ray tracing on.
Yeah, it wasn't even optimized yet. So I mean, it probably was optimized dates to make it even faster. And so if you see how the 2080 Ti or even the 2080, they the Founders Edition, they constantly make updates to the to the GPU, excuse me, to the graphics card, and to make it perform better. And this is just the beginning. So like, who knows, better frames per seconds over the next coming months and stuff, over the next coming year.
Yeah. So I think they're good. I before I go into an impulse buy, I need to wait on Radeon. But from what everybody's saying, or from what the leaks are saying, whatever you want to call them, they said it sticks between the 3070 and the 3080, and more towards the 3080 side. But I mean, you don't know until the stuff comes out. So, but that's what all the rumors are saying. Some of the leaks that came out. So we'll have to see. That's the only thing. So we won't know until October when they start revealing it.
Yeah, that's the question. Nobody doesn't know. Yeah, I mean, they had some preliminary leaks that said 3070 and
no until the stuff comes
3080,
out,
or just about, or just a little bit above the 3080. But I don't know. It was some other where they're 3090. So maybe they have another card that may be in store that we don't know about.
I think that'd be smart. They need to. I don't think they never competed with the top tier enthusiast card like the Titans. I don't think they're going to try to compete with the 3090s, but I do think that they're going to try to have a card to beat the 2080. I'm sorry, I keep saying the 20. I'm still stuck on 20. The 3080. Yeah, the 3080 series.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I tell you this right. I really want the 3090. For me, I don't think I'm going to pay that. For that's just my opinion and stuff like that. But if AMD can do better than the 3080, and they price it, if they even price it like $800 or with 3090, I'm getting an AMD card. I'm telling you guys that right now. If it does better than a 3080, I'm buying the card and stuff
Yeah,
like that. That's all I need.
especially if it has the same price point or if cheaper. That's just smart.
Yeah, if it have a better price point, or if it's cheaper and it beating the 3080 by 5% or 10%, whatever that margin, I'm buying an AMD card, because the thing is, I don't want the, like I said, the top of the top tier, like the 3090, which is, I think is going to blow a lot of things out the water. But with technology that we have right now, we're just starting to get monitors
Yeah,
that's starting to display 4K at higher refresh rates, and
yeah,
a lot of those monitors are not going to be coming out till end of this year and the beginning of next year. And then we don't even know, in most of those monitors that is 4K with the HDMI 2.1 with a higher refresh rate, they can only go up to 144 hertz.
yes,
And so if you go down 1440p, you have it monitors as 240 40 hertz. But then it just then it's kind of like, do I really? I mean, you're not going to use the 3090 to play 8K gaming, because it's like you really don't have a monitor or even a TV that really can, show that and stuff like that, unless you buy like the top of the tier, like a LG 8K TV. Those things are $20,000 to $30,000. It's like there's no way and stuff. So that's like financing something that is just like a 30-year mortgage.
yeah.
Type deal.
Which one of the YouTubers were trying to do the 8K 30? They were getting horrible frame rate. Was it Jay? One of the YouTubers, they did 8K 30, but it was
no, that's a good question.
but it was getting horrible. It was horrible off the 20. I mean, that's to be expected, right? That's not a card that promotes it. I mean, but it can do it. It's just not going to do it. It can do video. It's just not going to be doing gaming on it. It's too much. It's too much.
We don't even have a lot of content that's an 8K. I mean, you have you, but it's one of those type of things. It's like you. That's the type of card that you say like, oh, I could do this at 8K and stuff. You can just tell your friends and stuff like, I got the top tier gaming GPU. I mean, hey, if you want to do that, but it's just like real practicality, a 3080 should be more than enough.
Everybody needs at the price point.
Yeah, and just at that price point, it's ridiculous. It's like $700 for that graphic card. I think that's a really good price and stuff. So, and then if AMD can do better than that, like I say, I'm going for AMD. But yeah, I cut you off for.
No, you're good. It's just, if you want my opinion, the new generation now is chasing 4K 60. That's all we're hearing across the board. You hear a lot of the 120 hertz, but you're not with the consoles. You're not going to hit that at 4K. That's just with the architecture that's in there. For the 2080. You're most likely hit 4K 144 hertz, depending on the game optimization. What the developers put in there. That's just hands down. I think the 2080 is more than everybody needs at a good price point. You're basically getting.
He's at 2080 or 3080.
30. Oh my God, I can't get the 20 series out of my mouth.
Yeah.
But I think the 3080 is going to be the 3070 is going to be the mainstream card, but the 3080 is going to be the card. It's the sweet spot for everything that you need without having to worry about anything. It's going to be sweet spot for me for streaming. So I don't have to build me a 2 PC setup. The advice that I did get from a lot of the videos that I watched were, a lot of the streamers saying, if you don't have a 2 PC stream setup right now, even though it's still superior to do it, it makes more sense to just buy the one card and have a 1 PC streaming setup. So and I think I'm gonna just go that route, because it costs a lot of money to have a dual streaming PC setup, because you have one that's built and then you got to build another one. So I mean, it saves me money. Then I got to buy the monitor. So
you got to buy the monitor and stuff. And I'm one step closer. I mean, I have a Oh yeah, the review is gonna be coming up soon.
It's about time, man.
Yeah.
I'm waiting
Well,
on your
the thing
chair
is
review.
that yeah, that's gonna be part of the week after that. Like I said, for me, it's just coming up with videos and content and stuff like that. It takes a lot of time and stuff. I just can't pump out videos every single day and stuff, and especially I'm working and like I said, I'm married and have a kid and stuff. So it's
It's
kind of
hard
like
to
that's
do it when you're
impossible.
doing it for free. Let's just
Yeah,
say that.
it's impossible to do. And yeah, so guys, if you can please check me out, please subscribe to my channel like that. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers. That should be a really easy thing to really appreciate and stuff. So that's the goal. Hopefully, I can get 100 subscribers and stuff. Then we'll push it.
Yeah. Hey, you getting there, man. Every time I look on your YouTube, you got a new subscriber every time. And especially when we do these podcasts, it seems like they really. But your LG videos is one that really hit, and it got the huge response. And I think the monitors are like a really good thing to talk about because people want to know before they buy. Everybody doesn't have a Micro Center, and Best Buy doesn't have all those monitors inside. So you're doing all of us a service.
Yeah, that's kind of like my. Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much try to milk it. Yeah, because Samsung G7. It's like I love the monitor, but it's not no way near a perfect monitor because it's like I still see backlight bleed, and people are not gonna like hearing that. But I have video to show that, and then even when you play like Resident Evil game, it's like the blacks they're okay, but it's not as bad as LG. But I mean, but it's just okay and stuff like
And
that.
you
I don't
don't
want to
get
get people.
you don't get that on your OLED, do you?
No, it's nowhere. It's not even there.
Okay.
When it comes to gaming and stuff like, if you don't have like the black bars or you don't play that's like a dark game, yeah, this monitor definitely shines and stuff. I was playing Forza on there. I was playing Forza last night. I was also playing Destiny a little bit. I was trying to end in a little bit of Gears of War. Yeah, it looks really good if you don't have any bars or if it's like a game that is like you playing in the dark. Yeah, this monitor like really shines, but it's just like when you're looking at like dark content or you're trying to watch a movie, I don't know, it's just those black bars really drives me nuts and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, it's not black. It looked great in me and stuff. So, and then you see some of that backlight bleed too. So that was like kind of like the other thing I've been debating about. Like, should I exchange this for another one? But then I look online that other people have the same issue. So it's kind of like I don't know. It's like I'm kind of stuck with this and stuff. Well, we'll see and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll throw out a review next week. So please stay tuned and subscribe. But going back to nvidia when you one thing you did touch upon about the ray tracing, in which you was talking about the console's not going to be able to do. What's the interesting part about this is that the consoles are some games only doing part ray tracing. I don't know how they're doing that. So it's just like this thing, like certain areas they're going to use ray tracing. It's like Spider-Man Miles Morales. This thing, it may make like the windows ray tracing, like reflective area, or in like some of the puddles part of ray tracing, but it won't make the game fully ray traced and stuff, which is interesting. And I don't know how they going to do that, but I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting. I wanted to ask you, talking about the consoles can't do ray tracing fully. Are you on board with that? With the part ray tracing?
Well, it's to be expected because I really hate this part that console does. Right? They, hey Baron, how you doing? He's back.
Yeah. Hopefully,
What I hate that consoles do is I really think that they think about what everybody wants now. I don't think they think about. Well, I guess I could say they did kind of this generation that we're in now, but they don't think about the 7-year span that they're going to have when they when they come about, right? So when a console comes out, there's going to be 7 or 8 years or 10 before we get a new one.
Yeah.
And if you want my opinion, and I know it all has to do with money and cost and all this other stuff, when people get bummed out about, oh my God, we saw the game showcase and it looked like crap, it doesn't look like next gen, it doesn't look like this, doesn't look like that. You gotta understand that they're not gonna put a 3080 in every single one of those consoles. They're just not gonna do it. They're not gonna put a what's the new Radeon RX 6000. They're not gonna put that in the new consoles. They're just not. But
yeah,
I guess they try to combat that with having mid-tier upgrades, where you had the Xbox One, you had the PS4, and now we have the One S and One X, and then we also have the PS4 Pro. So they try to, because remember earlier, I don't even think they weren't hitting 4K at all. The first versions of the consoles that came out. So it was one of those things where I just hate that I hate what they do is they put I wouldn't say the lowest, because it is customized for the system, but it doesn't meet the new standards that the PCs are setting out. That's why PCs will always be superior. And it costs too much money to put the latest and greatest graphics cards in there. And by the time we get to a new console, we're going to be on our RTX 6080. So it's just that's what drives me crazy about that. That's what's to be expected when you get these new consoles. Just know that it's going to be a long wait before you start seeing stuff new. Now, what they do is, both consoles' UI are proprietary to them, so you get a different experience than just having Windows 10 all the time. So that is a one up that they have. That's one. Secondly, like I was saying before, the hardware is going to be the same for 7 years. And the other part I hate is they hold back on the graphics until the last 2 or 3 years before they get ready to create a new console. So when they come out with these things and say, hey, this can do 4K 60, this can do 1440p 120, but the new graphics cards can just do 4K 144 hertz across the board. That's to be expected, because they have to sell lower tier models where people can afford, so they can bring it home to the console. But they're giving people what they want, right? It's an easier, user friendly experience holding a controller than a keyboard. It's much easier. You don't have to deal with, like, the issue we have with this podcast. I don't have to troubleshoot nothing. Everything is all the same on each console. There's no different format, no different update of the system. It's just all the same across the board. So, so the consoles will never be a performance heavy drive. They will try to integrate new physics in games, like movement and lighting and that type of stuff, but it would never be. It's to be expected to always be lower tier than the. Don't expect for it to be this top notch thing. What they say, just like it's fake advertisement, should I say? When you buy a gaming laptop, a gaming mouse, a gaming keyboard, you're actually getting the same hardware that's in a regular keyboard, regular mouse. It just has gaming on it. Or your motherboard. This is a gaming motherboard. It does this. Well, you can buy a regular one that has the same specs, but it's that eye-catching thing that draws you to the product. So that's just my take on it. It will never. Don't be surprised, is what I'm saying, when you see those type of specs. Even though we're already in the next gen of TVs, HDR, Dolby Atmos, and all this other stuff.
Dolby Vision.
Yeah, Dolby Vision, all that. So I just don't expect consoles to cover all that, because it costs so much money. Xbox is smart because they have another platform to rely on, which is xCloud. So not only not xCloud, Game Pass. So not only are they going to be able to make all their money off the consoles, because it to me, especially because the PS4 now is $500 and the Xbox is $500, that means that they're both I think they're going to make profit off their systems. I don't think it's cut, because the work that you put in when you have a custom chip compared to the graphics cards is totally different, and I bet you it's much easier. The materials are cheaper, and I think they can make the money off of it, along with the gaming services. PlayStation, on the other hand, I don't know what else they got besides the exclusives, and they might, from my understanding, then they say they're going to charge more for the games. When are they going to be $70?
Well, I don't think it's PlayStation going to be charging more. I developers. So depending on the company, they may be charging like $70 for a game, or some companies just like Cyberpunk is going to leave it at $59.99 when it comes to their game when it comes out. So I think it depends on that. I mean, to your point, Mel. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%. But I think Baron brought up a good point too, because he just messaged in. He said, "Do the consoles provide value for the money service compared to PC?"
Yeah,
I could say, yeah,
yeah,
100%.
by a huge
Agree.
margin.
I will even say this, and if you build a PC today, even with the new graphics cards that's coming out from nvidia, that's supposed to be coming, well, the new graphic card that's coming out tomorrow, the 3080 is coming out tomorrow. You can't build a PC for the same price that the Xbox Series X can provide as in performance, and the same as a PlayStation 5 at that price point.
And just mind you, that one part, you still got to get all the other 6 parts is $800.
Yeah.
So hands down, consoles beat that across the board. PC, they will always have that over PC, no matter what. You can build you a PC for cheaper than $500, but you won't be getting 4K. You won't even get 144 hertz.
Yeah, you won't get nearly as much. As even Jay's shout out and stuff, because this guy is so huge.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
And so
he even tried to build a PC that compared to the specs of a Xbox Series X, and he couldn't do it and stuff like that for whatever, because he was thinking that the price point was going to be $499, which he was right and stuff. And he tried to do the same. He tried to build a PC and he couldn't do it and stuff like that. It's no way you could possibly do it. So it's like to your point, Mo, is like and even Baron and stuff, like for the value of it, it's just people are going to gravitate more towards a console, because when it comes to a PC, it's going to be expensive to do what you're trying to accomplish and stuff. And then people just go, the majority of people defaults to console because it's cheaper, it's easier to maintain. They don't have to worry about upgrades and stuff like that, or trying to troubleshoot. I mean, there's multitudes when it comes to PCs and stuff like that people don't even want to get into the headache of buying a console and stuff. So
yeah. And what's good about, I mean, they have their own one up over each other. PCs will always be superior in performance. Consoles will always be superior price point. PCs will always be superior with there's no online subscription. Consoles is superior because you don't have to worry about a new part that comes out and you have to go out and buy it. You're just gonna have the same thing as long as the console lives. So it's kind of like pick your poison. You know, like I said before, console games are easy to work with. PCs are not. You know, you don't have to do the troubleshoot. You just call Microsoft or call Best Buy where you got it from for your warranty. Switch out your consoles. You know, you can't do that with PC. You know, something goes wrong hardware wise, you gotta maybe look at some internet articles if you're not a guru and go in there and try to fix it yourself. If not, you got to take it to somebody that's going to charge you $100 an hour just to diagnose it. You know, so it all has its ups and downs. You know, if you ever get into PC gaming, then you probably should take heed to some of the information that's out there. Don't just build a PC and that's all you know how to do. You gotta, and I'm not saying be a PC expert because I wasn't an expert when I first built mine. But you gotta, if you're gonna build one, you gotta stick up to date with all the technology and things that go with it, all the new things that comes out, and you just got to be on with it. I'm not an expert. I don't have no certificate or degrees in it. It's just that I keep up with this stuff, and then I learn how to do it, and I try it myself. And you're gonna waste money. It's just face it. If you buy a part that goes bad, you didn't get the warranty because you didn't think you needed it. You know, that's just how it is.
Yeah, and it's just to your point. It's just it's a lot of maintenance. I should take that. No, I want to say, it's maintenance when it comes. Then the question is like, what are you going to be using the PC for? Are you using it just for gaming, or are you doing it for creating stuff, or are you using it for work, or are you using it? So those are the other questions you got to think about too. Is you make a gaming rig, gaming PC, but it's not going to compare to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, because it's like they're going to be a lot cheaper. So it's like then the question is like, do you want to spend $1,500 just to compete with that? I don't think that would make sense. But if you're using it to like, hey, I need to, like for me, I'm trying to create some YouTube videos and stuff like that. Do I need this? Do I need this for whatever program? For this, those are kind of like the questions you need think about. Or if I'm coding or something like that, I'm trying to come up with this code for whatever application or whatever you do for work and stuff. Those are coming to the factors too. It's like if I need to really need to pay for that much money for a PC. If you're just doing it for just basic gaming and stuff like that, I'd probably just say just get a console and stuff like that and don't worry about it and stuff. But there are some people that just make PCs and buy PCs for gaming, but it's just the thing is like the value of it is, I don't know, it's not really to spend that much money for a PC gaming rig if you don't use it for other stuff. So that's just my 2 cents and stuff. So.
Yeah. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited for even though the consoles is not up to tier what I like, I do like the fact that I'm going to get way more performance from the last generations. I do believe they're all going to hit the 4K mark, because it'd be stupid not to release a console and it doesn't hit 4K. I do think they're going to hit high frames. To be honest with you, Max, I really think they're going to hit refresh rates more so than the resolution, because everybody doesn't have a 4K TV or doesn't have the appropriate hardware. So everybody who gets a console will hit 60 frames per second just about on every game.
Yeah, no, I agree, because everybody keep on screaming about it. And Barry, I think you asked another question. No, PC games are cheaper than console games.
Well, PC gaming, there's tens of thousands of free games on PC. So
yeah,
consoles
it's cheaper.
will never
It's cheaper
catch
than
up.
consoles.
Yeah,
they're cheaper than consoles. Yeah, because I think it now PC. Let's just talk about the PC game is going for $59.99 and stuff, and the console version, the Xbox Series X, is going for $70. PlayStation 5 hit an exclusive with what's the company that owns Call of Duty? I can't think of it.
Activision or Treyarch.
Yeah, Yeah, Treyarch.
I'm sorry, Infinity War. I think it's Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they struck a exclusive contract with them where they could keep that price at $59.99 for the base game of the Call of Duty game. So it's like PC games are, they're cheaper.
Well, not only that, they're done by keys and they're not on disc, so there's less hardware they have to make. Everything's digital when you got PC. You don't walk in the store and buy a PC game. You either go on Steam or Origin or Epic Game Store and you just get it. Now, what I will say is, if you guys are one of the folks that used to pre-order your game and put $5 down, then that's out of the window, because you gotta pay for all your games in full on PC when they first come out. I don't know. I mean, that'd be smart if Steam or somebody was to come out with, a GameStop type of deal where you can put $5 down, and if you don't pay it all, they just don't unlock it for you.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not gonna come out with that and stuff. I think everything is. I mean, look at GameStop and stuff. They close so many, and it's showing right now with Xbox coming to their Series. That's all digital version. PlayStation 5 coming up with their all digital version. I think next generation, I could be wrong, but I think they're gonna have just all the consoles probably coming out in the next 5 or 7 years or whenever they're going to have it. Because I think it's going to get the same as PC, because PC is all digital stuff. You don't need, there's no reason, unless for whatever reason and stuff like that, which I can't think of a case of why you need it. But everything is digital and stuff, and I think and that's what GameStop is really hurting right now, because people keep on saying people don't. I mean, because when it comes to physical media, I know people are probably gonna get upset about it. That stuff is starting to dwindle away. People are not buying physical media like they used to. Even in the last generation, when Microsoft said that physical media is going to slowly go away, and they got for it and stuff like that, you can see it right now that people are slowly are buying more and more digital media. It's just like Apple Store, Android Store, you got Voodoo Plus, you got Netflix and stuff like that. Everything is starting to be digital and stuff. And the same thing with video games. I mean, they have physical media, but most of the time, like I say, there's a small percentage of people are buying physical stuff like they used to, unless they're trying to get a collector's edition or something like that, just to have it on display and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah. So speaking of the Android thing, the updated news for Apple with the whole battle between Xbox Game Pass and Stadia is that I think it's the dumbest thing in the world. Apple wants Xbox and whoever streaming service to have a different application for each game. That's impossible. Number one, the game cannot run on its own on the hardware that's on the phone. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You're talking about a game that needs the horsepower at least 6 gigs of VRAM, between 6 and 10 to be able to run. Phones is not even on that level yet, dude. If phones did that, phones would be about this big. Trying to. I mean, nvidia has the Max-Q design. But look how big the laptops are still. I mean, because you need the keyboard and all that stuff, and then you got to be able to manage all that heat. So I like I told Max before, I think because Apple has their own game store, they're making it much harder for Xbox and whoever else, Stadia, nvidia, GeForce Now, to be able to port all of their individual games on there. I haven't even heard the news about GeForce Now and Apple. I don't even think GeForce Now is even trying, because that's the dumbest thing in the world. Like somebody like me, I have over 1,000 games in my Steam library. You think they're gonna put all that in the Apple Game Store, in the Apple Store? No.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna do that.
So but to be honest, I really think that they're gonna work something out to where Xbox is still gonna be on there, Stadia is still gonna be on there, and they're going the Xbox and all the other manufacturer or third party guys. They're going to win. It may take some time. Apple may back them, back off, sue them, whatever, and have them back off for a while. They're eventually going to come back. It's too much. I think they said it was like 10 million player base, especially that was on Fortnite, for just Apple alone. Don't quote me on it, but it's millions of people that play that game. And now millions of people are out of it, and it was a huge market for both because Apple's making money off of it, and so was Epic. Hey Edward, how you doing? Edward said hi to us.
Oh, tell him what's going on. Oh yeah, tell him to subscribe to the channel. But
hold on. Let me. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's your thing at, Max? I'm about to throw your subscribe up there.
Oh, I don't know.
Where are you? Here it is. Did I do it? It didn't do it.
Didn't do it?
No. Oh, here it is. Boom. Subscribe.
Oh, appreciate it, sir. Yeah. But trying to hit a goal of 100. Come on, people, please.
Yeah, and I'm closer to 1,000. So make sure you guys like my page as well. I'm getting there. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to having a subscription service because I got a whole bunch of ideas for you guys and a whole bunch of things that I got coming to the table. I told Max that I wanted to start doing live stream unboxings. That's a lot of things that people don't do. People always pre-record their stuff. So the first live one that I want to do is the Xbox. I'm gonna get on the camera. I'm gonna face it on me. Hopefully at the time I have a different camera, and I'm gonna do an unboxing live stream. So stay tuned for that. But that ain't until November when the Xbox come out. So it gives me a lot of time to plan.
Yeah, but so back to PCs and stuff. So it's just like you said, it all comes down to poison. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in the 3080 graphics card and stuff like that. But excuse me, you know what? I got off topic. You was talking about Apple. And, I'm still talking about nvidia. To your point about Apple and stuff. Yeah, eventually, I think they third party developers are gonna win. And then I think the other issue too is that Apple's charging 30%.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's why. Go ahead.
But here's the crazy part though. Amazon is only being charged 15% too. And here's the crazy part: Uber get to buy stuff inside the Uber app. So that technically goes against Apple as well too. It's like they pick and choose stuff. They pick and choose and say like, okay, we're not going to do anything about that,
Right.
and stuff. We're not going to do anything about. Well, I guess when games, that's like a totally different story because they know that's something that Apple won't change their minds about when it comes to their policy.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. That's why I never invested in Apple. When I was interested back in the day when we were young in high school and iTunes and stuff was starting to blow up because they had what was the Apple players? What was the name of those iPods? When that was
iPods,
out, when those were out, I thought those things were awesome. But then when I will admit they're the first one that got into the whole touch phone market. Now, don't get me wrong, Palm Pilots and Microsoft did have their own touch pads, but it wasn't a phone before all the stuff came out. But Apple did the whole mobile thing. They took the world by storm and started this whole new thing with touch phones and all that stuff. And then when Android came out, I wanted to try them before because I was literally considering Apple. And I wanted to try the Android phone. When I got the Android phone, I'm like, man, this is cool. But then when I went into the store to actually kind of check out, because they have it on display in any of the store places like T-Mobile, Sprint, and all that, I went to play with the Apple, and I felt so limited. And I'm like, what is this? And once I start getting more into technology, I started looking at how their business move and how they're doing and what they allow you to do, what they want to allow you to do. I started gravitating to Apple more. And now even to this day, they're just still so strict, but they have their market in the smartest places, right? Because if you want to do any workstation work like video editing, creative work, and all that, Apple hands down is the place to go. And that's just about all huge entertainment businesses and everybody else uses is the Apple. It's optimized for Apple, But
speaking of Apple, my dad just texted me download. So I'm doing it as we speak right now. So nice little features that's coming out for this new update. But to your point, you're right about Apple. Apple is real strict when it comes to this stuff. So who knows? They may change their policy one day and stuff. I hope they do, but we'll see.
So Baron is asking, and I'm pretty sure Max can answer this stupid question. He's an Apple guy. Baron goes, Apple iPhone 12 is coming without a charger. Can you guys tell me why? I'm in there too much greedy, but still why?
I just do this. I don't know.
But you know what? But I will say this though. Apple's always the first people to do something stupid. For an example, removing the headphone jack. Apple started that.
Oh yeah, they got so much slack against the whole headphone.
But guess who's doing it? Everybody
started doing it. Because you know why? Because it's the money. It's the cost of putting the headphone jacks in there. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same exact thing, just like why you don't have a charger. Android's going to do the same thing and stuff. It's just slowly. I can't explain. I don't know why Apple's doing. I mean, I know why Apple's doing it. I mean, they're trying to make more money and stuff like that. It's just like even the rumors right now, like the Apple 12 that's supposed to be coming out. Excuse me, not Apple 12. The iPhone 12 that's supposed to be coming out is supposed to have 100 refresh rate of 120 frames. The rumor has it is that they're not going to do it for this year, but that they're going to do it for next year.
Doesn't surprise me.
So I have the iPhone Pro. I have the 11 Pro Max, and if the 12 when the 12 comes out and it doesn't refresh rate of 120 frames and stuff, not 20 frames, 120 hertz. The question is like, what is going to be the main difference between the 11 and the 12? It's really not going to be that much of a difference and stuff. So who knows? I mean, who's to say and stuff like that? I didn't know. Was there another question? I didn't get a chance to.
It says Baron was saying, and now every phone except those feature phones have non-removable battery. Yeah, Apple started that too. They started the whole non-removable battery thing. Just even Android took their whole operating system movement features where you have the line at the bottom, and that's the home, and you swipe the side of the screen to go back and all that stuff. But Apple normally steals a lot of stuff from Samsung, because Samsung is kind of the leader of all the new stuff that happens with all the Android phones. But that, they've established their name there. But Samsung is not Google, so the Pixel is making a statement for itself because it's an actual Google phone. But I haven't bought one yet, because I still think I don't get a lot of my money's worth when it comes to the Google Pixel. Don't get me wrong, I love the raw Android whole iteration of it, because I used to get the Nexus devices, and the Nexus devices were awesome because they were in the game longer. So the Pixel phones have the camera, just hands down. The camera is like superior to all of them. And the Pixel and the iPhone just go head to head when it comes to camera quality, and Samsung is somewhere in between, or whatever the case may be. But that's I just don't I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the Pixel right now. They were so late with the last iteration of their phones, with the whole movement gesture and all this other stuff. All right, so Marv, one of our homeboys, he's asking how to pre-order a PS5. Did you already try it, Max?
No, they didn't even release pre-order. But if you guys want to pre-order the PS5, there is a link. If you go to the PlayStation website, PlayStation 5 website, there's a area where you could be notified when the pre-orders are available, and if selected, that's why I had to put that caveat. If selected, you may be eligible to pre-order a PlayStation 5 when they start sending the emails out. So it's going to be kind of like the lottery, like some J's or some Yeezys and stuff like that. You'll sign up for it, but it's no guarantee that you may get the actual product itself. So PlayStation is doing the same thing.
Yeah, and from looking at this, it says PlayStation 5 is coming, because I just went to the website and it just says register for an opportunity to be one of the first pre-orders PS5 console from PlayStation. So yeah, you just gotta wait to be notified after you register. And it's right here. It says put your PlayStation Online ID out here. On here, and confirm your online ad, and it has sign up, and that's all you got until you get an email.
That's all you get. Yeah, you have to put your PlayStation Network account, whatever your username is, and stuff, and that's how you sign up for it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That's one of those things. So. But anyway.
Well, before we start winding down. I will say with the PlayStation, there's a lot that we don't know. Let's go back to that beginning conversation we had. All you guys that are interested in the PlayStation, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not capturing my attention up front. And what's crazy is I am actually a PlayStation fan more so than Xbox. But Xbox, to me, seems like it's going to give me a little bit more for my money. Like I've told you past episodes, the xCloud, the Game Pass, and the more powerful system. I am one of those guys that even though something may be better on this end, but if something else is more powerful, I'm getting the more powerful thing. I don't care what it is. That's just me. I want the latest. I want the greatest. I just have that feeling. There's nothing wrong with the Xbox side. I mean, but they all have their different way of how they're approaching, us as all gamers. To be honest with you, I think this generation, everybody's going to be happy. Everybody's going to be happy with the 60 hertz. They're going to get solid on just about all TVs. Will everybody get 4K 60 frames? Well, it depends on what the developers are going to write in the game, who's going to support it, who's going to support 120 frames, who's going to support what. And sadly, because they have third-party companies they work with, nobody works in-house. It'd have been different if PlayStation made all of their own games and Xbox made all of their own games, where we didn't have Activision, we didn't have Bethesda, we didn't have Ubisoft and EA and all those other ones. I think it'd be a totally different ball game if they were to just get rid of all those and make all their own games. Yeah, everybody would have native content across the board, and everybody has all these rules and policies and laws in the background they have to follow too. And everybody, if PlayStation and Xbox made their own engines, we would have much better games. So, but until then, it's going to be like Android. I can use that as a comparison. All the Android phones are different, right? So, but you're going to have to get the latest and greatest software to get the most recent update to utilize it on that device. So it's it is for what it is. You're gonna have to expect different things. Like a lot of people are not going to understand. Oh my God, I can do 4K 60 on Halo 5, but when I play Final Fantasy 16, the new one that comes out on Xbox, it's only going to run 4K 30. Well, it's not a first party game, so you're not going to get that all the time unless Xbox and Square Enix work with each other to be able to push those frames and push those pixels. It's just not going to. You're just going to expect different variations of it. So yeah, you can go out there, you can buy you a TV for $1,500, $2,000 to utilize all that performance, and some games are just not going to support it, especially on the third party end. So I mean, what do you think, Max?
No, I agree. I think most people. Well, I want to say most people. I could say the average consumer who really doesn't game that much is not going to care about the frames per second. So
they will when they see the smoothness. Once they cut that console.
Yeah, once they and that's I hate to say it, the proof is in the pudding. So you're just going to have to just take our word for it. When you start to see higher, you can see it just looks so much better. And I think I think it's going to be more focused on this stuff. So that's why I think it's going to happen. Yeah. That's why you can see on the Xbox Series S. That's why they're doing 1440p, but they can also do 120 frames, 20 frames per second. So they doing that is because they got they did a survey and that people are more engaged with frames than they are resolution and stuff. So
and that's how I am. I gotta have the frame rates. I'll be happy with 1080p, 144 hertz. Because it's just a much more immersion when you have a butter smooth gameplay. That's just how it is. It's the same with nobody will ever go back to digital and analog. It'd be HD. If you were to look at an analog or digital TV right now, it would suck. Just like if you were to go from what I game at 144 hertz down to 60, it sucks to me. So once everybody get their hands on these consoles, they will get the feeling of 60 frames, and you're not going to want to play a PS4 or Xbox One X again. It's just not going to feel the same.
Yeah. So let's take this last question. Baron asked, PS5 is value for money. Is value for money. PC don't require you to get any paid monthly subscription. Oh, okay. I think I understand. Well, PC does have a subscription base. I think nvidia got. I think even maybe Epic and Stream have their own. I know nvidia does. I know they have.
Yeah, nvidia has They have GeForce Now but the
it's
GeForce
like $5 a month. Yeah, or whatever.
But it's for you to be able to play it on your phone or any web browser, not on your hardware, because you can play all the games. It all comes from your Steam library, so it's all the games you already own that you already paid for. You just pay the service to play it on your phone. If you got the PC, just wait till you get home. I mean, cloud gaming is almost there. They're working on the lag. It's actually really good on xCloud. GeForce Now is the best cloud gaming service, and you can actually still play GeForce Now for free. There's still a free version, and you can still play all of your games on there. It's just that you can only play, for my understanding, an hour or something. And then they force you to get the subscription to unlimited time. But go ahead, Max. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that was all I was going to say. It's just I just can't think of which gaming subscription that they have. I don't know if Steam or Epic or
no. Steam, you just buy the games. Steam, you just buy the games. Epic, you just buy the games. Origin, you just buy the games. And sometimes they have the cross registration or something, because if you bought it on one platform, you have it on the other, but that's not all games. So because some
who knows? I mean, they may come up with something. I mean, you can make a lot of money like Microsoft stuff. What a great idea where you could Game Pass library games and play it on PC cross platform and stuff. So, and even the iPhone.
Yeah.
That
was the signal.
Ding, ding, ding. That's it. We gotta go.
Yeah, so I gotta go because my
Let's wrap
son's
this up.
my son's open house is in a couple minutes, so I gotta go and do that. But stay tuned to next week, of course. Tuesday we'll be back on our normal schedule. We wanted to wait today because of the PlayStation game showcase. Yeah. So and I guess we're gonna do this new thing where we're kind of planning around some of the press conferences, so we can talk about it right then and there.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have some. We're gonna have a guest person. Yeah, so shout out to him.
Oh yeah, Stub is coming on next week, so stay tuned to that. You know what? Let's me and Max are gonna make an early thumbnail so we can promote, the next episode. Stub's coming on so we can, we have someone featured, and I'm gonna build a new scene for this. So this scene here that you guys are gonna see is gonna be gone by next week. So it's gonna be something new. It's gonna be pretty cool.
All right, so subscribe to our channels. Definitely appreciate the feedback. If you have any questions, comments, or even topics for next week, just let us know. We appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Yep. See you later, guys.